They want to extinguish the light of Allah with their mouths, but Allah refuses except to perfect His light, although the disbelievers like it. It is He who has sent His messenger with guidance and the religion of truth to manifest it over all religion, although they who associate others with Allah dislike it. O you who have believed, indeed many of the scholars and the monks devour the wealth of people unjustly and avert them from the way of Allah. And those who hoard gold and silver and spend it not in the way of Allah, give them tidings of a painful punishment. Allah tells us that many of the scholars and the monks devour the wealth of people unjustly. How? Through religious exploitation. So they make the people rely upon them, and then they take from the offerings that the people give, or they take money from the people for services that they do, or they make people feel that you have to give or you will not have blessing and barakah in your lives. And then they misuse that wealth that has been given by the people in the name of religion. So Allah warns of this. And Allah also tells us that those who hoard gold and silver and spend it not in the way of Allah, hoard gold and silver in what way? That they do not give their zakat that is due upon it. Gold and silver in itself, it's fine to have that, it's fine to keep that, but if a person is not paying the zakat, then that becomes a hoard and not a treasure. The day when it will be heated in the fire of hell, and seared therewith will be their foreheads, their flanks, and their backs. Meaning this gold and silver that has been hoarded will be heated up, and then people's flesh will be seared with that heated metal that they did not pay the zakat upon. This is what you hoarded for yourselves, so taste what you used to hoard. Indeed, the number of months with Allah is 12 months in the register of Allah from the day He created the heavens and the earth. Of these, 4 are sacred. That is the correct religion, so do not wrong yourselves during them. And fight against the disbelievers collectively as they fight against you collectively. So Allah has decreed that there are 12 months in a year, and those are lunar months, because in Islam we use the lunar calendar. And this is the decree of Allah. He created the heavens and earth, He created the division of time, and this is the way that He decreed it. And He made 4 months out of those 12 lunar months sacred. What the disbelievers would do would be to change one of the months and make a sacred month unsacred and change it to another time. And why would they do that? So that they could fight in a sacred month. Otherwise they weren't allowed to fight in that month. Or they did that because they didn't want to perform a particular act of worship at that time, so let's change this to another time so that it suits us better. Sometimes they wanted trade, so they thought if we change to this time, we'll get better trade and we will have more business in this way. But Allah says, this is the correct religion according to His decree. It's His decision, and He has decreed that the lunar month is the way that we will calculate. What's particular about the lunar month that's different to the Gregorian, to the solar calendar? It's according to the moon, so there is a change. So all the time, where January, for example, is not always a particular season, there's a constant change in the lunar calendar. So that Hajj, Ramadan is constantly changing from one season to another throughout a person's lifetime, so that we worship in different seasons. And there is a wisdom behind that. And Allah knows the wisdom, possibly to see, do the people worship me as well in one season as they do in another? Do they go to Hajj in this season as well as in that season? Do they fulfill the commands regardless of these things? And know that Allah is with the righteous who fear Him.